Woo! You guys know what's coming next. By the way, AlohaPoolsUSA.com. Absolutely. Aloha Pools and Spas began in the Cook family's backyard in Trimble, Tennessee, 69. All of that began when their dad, John W. Cook, was teaching the oldest sister, Deb, how to drive. He'd forgotten to remind her to put the car in park, and when she turned it off and as she got out of the car, well, I'll let them tell the rest of the story. Brad and Cindy Cook join us this morning. AlohaPoolsUSA.com. We're talking about the pools and spas, and since all morning long we've been talking about going in the water and enjoying the water as the summer is kicking off, it is our pleasure to welcome Brad and Cindy Cook. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Well, I guess I have
So,
lots of questions about pools because we're in the midst of it. But let's go ahead and finish up to Jim's intro there. How does that story end? Don't keep us hanging.
yeah, so my sister got out of the car. It rolled into the above ground pool that my dad had just built the year before, and it crashed it. And my dad said, you know what? We're not going to put this thing back up. We're just going to build an in-ground pool next year. So the next year, my dad and my older brothers built our first pool. It was in 1969. The day that man walked on the moon. It was one small step for man, a giant leap for pools. That's it. Yeah. So we were swimming on July 20th, 1969. Then the neighbors found out that my dad could build a pool, and that's how my dad says he backed his way into the pool business. Didn't know he was going to be in the pool business.
Be careful when backing your way into the pool business or just a pool in general. Okay, I have a question about an in-ground pools versus above ground pools. Obviously, there's a monetary massive difference. That being said, though, I know sometimes there's a stigma of the above ground pool, but sometimes it's kind of all that you could take money out of it, make work with a specific property. Do you also encourage people, because I think at the end of the day it's just about having a vessel, so to speak, being able to get in the water whatever way that looks like for you and whatever's right for your family and your property, right?
Agreed.
Do, do you think the above ground
Agreed.
is maybe a window in the world to make sure you're ready to have the big girl responsibility of the full pool, or do you say if you can do it, go in head first, so to speak?
100%. It's really basically wherever you are on your journey. We've had a lot of customers come in and say, I'm not really sure what I want to, if I want to sink that much money in. I want to get an above ground pool to start with, and then we've had people to come in from the basic kind of blow up pool, and they know they like the experience of swimming in their backyard, and they'll get the above ground pool, and it's just all across the board how people enter the pool ownership market.
I also think that sometimes people are, they're saving for their forever house, and they don't want to invest amount of money into an in-ground and in a house that maybe they'll only be in for 3 or 4 years. And that's also a time I think that an above-ground pool, works great for a family.
But you know what? We had this one customer, he was in the medical field, and he would buy an in-ground pool from us about every 3 years because he moved around a lot in the medical field. And he always told us that you buy this pool, you use it, and in your house, when you put it up for sale to move to the next town, that it's the house that will sell first because it's got a pool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of changed over the last 30 or so years because pools have gotten a lot more popular. They've gotten a lot more easy to take care of. And so we're seeing a lot of people that will also just enter the market. They know they've grown up looking at their neighbor's yard with a pool, and they've always wanted a pool, and they had their heart set on it, and they go straight for the in-ground pool. So it's just different.
When you guys sit down and talk to somebody, because this is, in just like a car, the thing is that it depends who's sitting in the driver's seat. How do you guys kind of help people along? Somebody is a family with 5 kids where they've got an upgrade in their life and they're ready to make that plunge. Somebody is a single man or a single woman who wants to have friends over for pool parties. How do you guys help people figure out what pool is right for them, I guess is what I'm kind of getting at. How do you kind of guide a potential pool purchaser to the destination that's going to give them the pool that makes them the happiest?
I think that you just sit with them either over the internet, and you kind of get on the same page of the brochure and walk them through and kind of show them what people enjoy about what some of our customers have said about what they like about a certain size pool. We talk about them about their current home. Is that their forever home? And we will we'll talk about if it's not their forever home, do we want to build the pool that's their dream pool, or do we want to build them a pool that they were going to get a lot of enjoyment out of, but in the next few years when they sell it, it will be extremely attractive to the ideal buyer of their house, if that makes sense. So it's basically a lot of back and forth. Are they social? Are they social? Do they have parties? Are there going to be a lot of patio?
I started out by asking about their family. That's the first thing that when I was selling a pool, I would always ask, tell me about your family. And if they say, well, my kids are grown, but I got 6 kids and they all have 2 grandkids. Well, then, in my opinion, and I think what they're looking for, they want swim space, and they want fun. But if a couple comes in and says, we're retired, our kids are all gone, they've moved away, we just want a place where we can sit down and stay cool in the summer, well, they don't need a whole lot of space, and they need something that's easy to take care of. They don't. Yes. They want cool seating, places that they can sit in the water. Also, they don't really want to, do belly flops off the diving board anymore. They just want to hang.
They want drink holders around their pool. That's what they want.
Yes, cup holders.
And coolers, like sunken in the ground coolers where you just reach over the side
and umbrella holders
of your choice.
Umbrella holders. So you pop that umbrella down in there and get some shade.
You're talking about tanning shelves. That has been one of the most popular things that's been added in the past several years to in-ground pools. That little bit of shallow water. And Cindy and I, we're pool people. We hang out in our pool, and we'll get a lounge chair and we'll put it in the water so you're not over the hot concrete. You're kind of laying there over the water, and Cindy will say, I don't know why we need the rest of this pool. Well, the rest of the pool is so you can cool off, and you do need the rest of the pool. But we've spent a lot of time on our tanning shelf at our previous house. That's for sure.
Aloha Pools USA.com. One of the things I really love, and it's a big thing with me in business, you say you do not believe the customer is always right, but nor do you believe you are always right. I've always loved that as a kind of a business model because it means that when you tell the customer that they're right, they believe you. It's such an important thing that you develop an honest relationship with people, which means when you sit down with people, you want to make sure that they understand what they're getting into, because sometimes people have an idea of the pool they want, but it isn't the pool they actually need. And that kind of give and take when you're helping somebody put a pool together is really important, because they may end up seeing the wisdom of what you see that they don't from your years of experience. How'd I do?
Well, you nailed it. Really, it really down to some just in life. The truth is extremely easy. If you've got a good product, you just share what you can share with a potential customer about what they're going to be getting into. And I think people see it. People see our Google reviews, and they'll see kind of our responsiveness to any kind of issue that comes up. And I think the way that people gather information these days is the transparency thing. If you're not transparent about everything and truthful with everything you do, you will be you will be exposed, basically. Mm-hmm. And we've always believed that before the social media and all the Google reviews have been around. We've always believed that doing the right thing is the right thing, and it's the secret to our success, in my opinion.
Well, y'all are wonderful people, and Aloha Spas, which was built, by the way, on a godly foundation. That's honesty, hard work, and a servant's attitude. Those are the kind of people I want building my pool, which I grew up in Texas, and I'll never forget my parents said I went to someone's house and they didn't have a pool. And I was like, What's wrong with you? I didn't understand that not just everyone had a pool when I was young. 'Cause, like Texas was so hot. State they'd be like, well, we don't
Yeah.
need it anyway. But Aloha Pools USA, you can check them out. Brad and Cindy Cook, Aloha Pools USA. You service many areas, and I'm guessing if our listeners don't live in your area, you can help them find somebody equally as good in their area. Is that right?
That is correct.
Yes.
Yeah, we're networked with a large group of pool dealers around the nation, and we'll get a lot of internet hits in areas where I have friends in the business, and we try to exchange those type of leads and try to help people out. So yeah, there's some places in the West that we're not connected to as well, for sure.
Oh, we can find somebody. Oh, we can find somebody.
You got a
We're
guy.
resourceful.
You got a guy.
You got a guy. You got a guy. You got a pool.
Guy.
And we got Brad and Cindy Cook. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, guys. We got to do a weather break and take care of our friends, but you're welcome back anytime. Have the best of summers and the best of pools.
Thanks a lot. It's been a pleasure.
Aloha.
Aloha.
AlohaPoolsUSA.com.